Hi everybody. We are live. Once in a while, you have all the right to smile.
We can all be happy.
Hi, we're live in the room. No tapes this time, unfortunately, because I had a little problem with the tape deck, and I'm going to fix it so that I can play some more tapes. But all the stuff that I'm playing from the computer is basically stuff from my archives, which means not only are they cleaned up, but they're a little louder, a little... So I hope you can hear everything. So if you're tuning in and you have no idea what's been going on in my life, I'm still recovering from a dental surgery, so my voice is funny. I still look funny, and singing is really hard, so I'm trying to practice, although that's another story for another day, how hard that's been. But hold on, I'm reading here. Hold on, let me read a little. Mike, 110 cases and 6 dead in Nutley. Yes, I know, man. Hook you guys up. The thing could become interrupted. I'm sorry if it does. It's not my fault. The internet here is not that fast, and I'm basically streaming stereo with 3 cameras, so it might not like that. But anyway, I know you didn't come here to just watch me gab, but I will say again, I am recovering, so if I sound funny, sorry. Yeah, we cannot say that. So, This came from my reel-to-reel. This is the first ever recording of Hippocrates, which is from the Peace album, if you're familiar with the Peace album. So we'll play that one right now. And yes, I'm switching around with the cameras because I'm trying to learn how to do certain things, so bear with me. See, look, ooh, I'm here. That camera's over there. See, hi, I'm over there. Anyway, this is so that you can get different views. Eventually, what I'm going to do, I shouldn't be talking right now. Eventually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this live. All these are going to be going live. This will be going live, so sometimes I'm just going to come in here, turn on everything, and just jam, and you won't hear a word out of me. Because sometimes I'm just going to come here to practice and just turn on the light. So I'll give you the warning that it's on. Obviously, I said I'm going to try to stream every 2 days, but bear with me. Sometimes it's not going to be that I'm inspired to talk about anything. Sometimes I'm just going to want to come in here and do some playing and jamming and weird music. So if you catch me on one of those days, that'll be a different type of experience. I'm not used to having someone in the studio with me, so I'm going as we go. So anyway, this is the very first recording of Hippocrates. Well, that was Hippocrates, of course. The very first recording. And I think that was around the first time that I actually really got used to using an MPC. So that was like my first real, like, first few weeks with it alone. And I really enjoyed it. And you'll hear a little bit of other things that I kind of put together here and there. But that was a special one. So I've always loved that mix. Because that particular mix was done in my apartment, straight to reel from my microphone, and no overdubs, nothing. Basically, let's go. So I like recording that way. Oh, hold on. I have to remember to do this. That way you can see me talking. That way I'm talking to you and not down here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But did you see this? So this is the book, secondhand book place. I paid $2.98 for it. So very cool. And this is the one that I used to scan for the painting that I've been doing lately. In case you wanted to know. Like, that's the one I've been using. This computer is playing back all my audio, including this microphone. It's coming into my desk, which is now sending 2 signals over to another USB device going into the little Mac, which you can't see. And I've got a weird light on. And I can go for mood in a second. I think we're living in strange times. Whoa. I'm not going to marginalize the fact that people are dying or anything like that, or say that that's not tragic, because it is. It's very tragic. However, we cannot just think we're going to give up and everything's over, and where do we go from here, right? I mean, that's the big question. Where do we go from here? Do I have the answer? No, I don't have the answer. The only thing I can tell you, though, is that I made one decision. And that was that I was going to get up every morning, work on art. Don't care if I ever sell it. Don't care if anyone buys it. I'm going to try to record more. I'm going to try to get as much work down as I can, because I feel that that is the importance of this time. Since we're all in it together, I mean, by God, this isn't just about, how can I say this? It's not just me expressing a feeling about a relationship or, you know, how the world is, and you have to sort of interpret it in your own way. This is one of those situations where all of us are in it at the same time. There's never been a time like this. I'm not trying to say that it's exciting. On the other hand, it is a very strange time. If you ever watched a sci-fi movie and thought, wow, what a weird, you know, this is a sci-fi movie and we're all in it. Okay? And the dog keeps coming back. You look like an Ewok, you know that? So, it's a strange time, man. So, I'm going to play 2 particular darker tracks that I wrote back in '88. These are both transfers from reel to reel. Transfers from reel to reel. This one is called Destinations.
yourself to me. I promise you. One day I'd like to take a journey, a continuous one with no end in sight, an infinite trip to nowhere. Even though I don't want to go, I still end up going to my unwanted goal. Man's meaning of survival is daily drive. Show yourself to me. Maybe one day we'll all be free. Show yourself to me. The last stop I'll make will lead me to another ride in my destination. Although I don't want to go, I still will end up to my unwanted goal. Man's only means of survival is daily job. Show yourself to me. Maybe one day we'll all be free. Show yourself to me. I promise you I'll do anything. I promise
And I guess I'm back. There we go. Oh, this is going to get easier, I think, as time goes by. So I got to tell you something funny. You can't see it, but I'll have to take a picture of it. I actually drew an eyeball on my Mac, so if I go, you're supposed to look right here, and that's you talking directly to the person, and I'm still not doing it. So I don't know what's going on. But that eye is making me shy. No, I'm kidding. Let me turn the lights back on, because I wanted to mute the microphone and I couldn't find the mute button. So there are technical difficulties. Much better. Much better. We'll save the lights for some other night where I'm not having to talk as much. So that song was called Destinations. I wrote that back in New Jersey. Mikey, you'll know. The Music Room. And that was one of the last pieces that I wrote before we moved, if I remember correctly. Very simple recording, but it was straight to tape. The lyrics are not 100% mine. A friend of mine, Tito, had come over and showed me these lyrics. And I was like, I think I can work those into this track I'm working on. And it's rare for me to do that. Not because I'm prima donna or anything like that. I don't like to take lyrics from other people and try to make songs of them. It doesn't work. Normally, it does not work for me. That type of collaboration just doesn't. It's not for me. But on occasion, when it does work, I welcome it. And this was one of those times. I just looked at those words and I was like, I know that this will work with this song. So that was supposed to be a B-side. That was going to happen during the peace era, but it didn't happen because we didn't have any singles. Living in Oblivion and Jubilation and Soul on Fire barely made it out of the gate, and then we were supposed to go record another record, and all the awesome B-side ideas that I had for 12 inches. Let me put it to you this way, and I'm just being honest. The anything box in my head as to how me with a straitjacket on, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, that's too dark. No, that's not going to work. So everything was not going to work, basically. So I don't know why we were signed. I have no idea, because nothing worked. But I liked that song. It was supposed to be a B-side. You know, I used to buy 12 inches, and you would have the extended mix on one side, and on the other side you would have two songs that you never heard before. And I got used to that. That's what I thought was a 12-inch. So, you know, that's how it goes. So that was called Destinations. And I'm turning them off as we go. We will save that. So, there was a time, and I know this is going to spark a lot of weird questions, so I'm going to get to it right now in case that happens. Hi everybody. Oh my God, so many of you. Hi Robert, Carlos, Maestro, gracias. So good to see you. ¿Quién más? Ooh, Christian is there. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, some of these comments are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my God. So would you say this is better than the first night? Because I have no idea. So this song, many people don't know at all. And it's because, here, let me see, where are we? Oh, we're still on this camera. Okay, good. So I can speak direct. This next song is a really, really rare one because around the time that this was recorded, I was teetering around atheism. And so some of the beliefs that I don't know how to say it. Some of my beliefs were science, no spirituality. It's all science. Now, of course, much different. I view things a lot differently. Don't want to get into a debate as to what religion and all that. Doesn't matter. Whatever you believe in is fine. We don't need to debate. But during that time, my view was more leaning towards science. And I felt that religion as an institution was very strict. So this was kind of a reaction to that. So this song didn't make it on the Peace album because they definitely thought this was too dark. So again, a B-side that didn't happen. This one's called I Question God. the stream is going through, so when it replays, or I'll let it sit around so you guys can, record it, do whatever, download it, I don't care. Yukon in the house. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Ooh. Nice. Yes. Talk to each other. That's awesome. That's why we're here. It's like a party. Even though we're all alone in our little apartments and whatever it is that you live in. My apartment is particularly small. This is actually the smallest room in the house, which is what we use for the studio. So, let's see. I have choices to make. Let me see if I can find something. It's kind of apropos, apparently. But this is going to be weird. This is a good thing about the computer, though, is I can actually go and look for something and probably find it. But we'll see. What the hell is that on? It's funny when someone says, play this, and you don't know what album it's on. Ooh, I found it. Okay. We'll save that one for later, because this is actually funny. So, this was from the early, I call it the computer tapes, because the computer tapes. Because this particular set of tracks was like, when we first got a computer and we were like, oh my god, we can record on this thing. It was like, new. And some of the stuff we did was terrible, but learning experiences. So I'm going to play you two, but there's a reason why I'm playing you both of these. The first one is a song that was recorded with just a bass guitar and a microphone, and basically straight to tape, even though tape is the computer. Am I talking to that camera? No. I'm talking to that camera? No. I don't know what camera I'm talking to. This one? Yeah, okay. So I gotta look that way. Okay. So that... I don't know. See, I'm very... I don't know. Anyway, I'm hoping that this is making you smile, and that you're enjoying yourselves, and that I'm not being too boring. I don't want to be boring. I can't stand being boring. This is called Everything Is Not Free, followed by... I'll explain that other song later, but I'm going to go straight through two of them. But there's a reason. Take it away, me old son. I want to play so bad. So, everyone just went, what the fuck was that? That's what happens when people come over and we jam. And that's what happens. You see, you go so far away from what you are that then you're like, that can't even be a B-side. But I must explain. This was something that I did with my friend Dave, who's in New York, and I hope you're safe. Stay safe. I haven't heard from you, but stay safe, Dave. Dave wound up joining the band. So this is one of those weird, rare occasions where he came over, I played him a riff, so I was like, dude, we're just going to just jam. You just do some scratching and we'll throw everything in the kitchen sink. And that was a live jam and we recorded it. And that came out as part of a oddball t-shirt thing we did. I want to say it was 2006, but it could have been... I could be totally wrong about dates. I'm horrible with dates. So, as anyone who gets a birthday wish 5 days later from me or a year later from me knows, I forget dates completely. So yes, my DMV is always late. My rent is remarkably on time, but everything else is always late because I'm just not good at that. To me, time means nothing. It's fluid. Neither here nor there, and yet always. But yeah, that song was the sort of influence that sometimes when you see like an Anything Box bio and it mentions Beastie Boys, there you go. That's like delving deep into the hip hop side of things. Which I have to say this because it's true. I always felt that made us unique because when Gary would beatbox and I would do just singing over his beatboxing, that was very different than the normal synth pop thing. I don't wear a skinny tie and just do this. Not that I have anything against it. That's just not who I am. So sometimes when I do things like this, it throws a curveball to anyone that knows the normal Anything Bach and goes, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" So anyway. So, by the way, can you guys hear me okay? Like, am I coming through okay? Because I know the music's fine because I can see it there, but I'm not sure that I'm coming through. If I am needing to be louder, let me know. If you think that I'm just right, that's fine. I think I said it perfectly in my headphones. It sounds great. Hold on. Someone said something important. Wait. No, wait. There's a way you can stream live across Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So you mean like all of them at the same time? Send the feed to all of them? That would be nice. I'll have to investigate that. I'm using OBS, so if anybody has any tips on streaming to multiple sources, that would be great. Audio is great, video keeps pausing. Yeah, that's not something I can control, unfortunately, and I'll explain. My internet is way down the other side of the apartment. I'm just at that cusp where I can get away with murder. I would have to move the entire studio or figure out a way to get the wireless, not the wireless, but the router all the way over here because I'm kind of far. So sorry, that part I can't help. But when it's done, the whole thing is pretty flawless. As I saw it, the other feed I did, it seemed to work. So sorry about that. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. I'll look into that, see if I can fix it. But anyway, this song is, I don't want to play just downers, but they all go together. So this one's called All the Light Has Faded Out. And I'll play that and then I'll come back. Wait. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong song. Let's see.
I have watched the stars, they're fading, and the moon's my dark companion, fighting through this wilderness within. All along I've been so cold as an ocean without islands. Will I ever see all the light has faded out? All the light has faded out. All the light has faded out from me. And I'm standing stalled by the walls that keep me standing. Stalled by the walls, standing stalled by the walls that keep me stalled. Standing tall, side the
I didn't clear that sample in the end. That was funny because that song was one of the first ones where I was like, there's no going back to the old way of doing things. And I don't mean like the synth pop thing or anything like that. I meant there was no way of going back to playing the same instruments, recording the way we were recording. By then I'd been like, the bug had hit and I was like, oh my God, I can do so many things. It's like, you know, it's like if you're an artist and someone gave you a secret key, and when you went through that door, every single supply you could ever want was there in front of you. Canvases, paper, paints, pastels, and all of it was all over the walls, and you could take anything you want and use it. And I was like, yes, I must have this key. So from then on, everything changed. Some would say for the worse, but sorry, one must grow. But yeah, that one was called All the Light Has Faded Out, which Paul actually wound up borrowing parts of it, and he actually did a whole dance thing out of it, which at the time I couldn't even get my head around how he'd done it, but he too got bit by the crazy computer bug, and he'd done like these crazy mashups, and I really like what he'd done with his songs. So, but again, a B-side that never surfaced. So that is that. That is the way it works sometimes. So let's see. I'm going to read your comments. Oasis, Wonderwall. No. You know that old battle, Oasis versus Blur? In my world, Blur. I don't do Oasis. I left them in. Never mind. I never liked them. I don't know why. I didn't get it, I guess. Is that a Korg S20? No, this is an MS-20 controller, which now they're harder to find. But this guy, I can do like, we'll get into that when I get that part of it going. So let me explain something. Everything in this room comes out of here, this section of the room, okay? And these two guys are my main controllers. So everyone's like, "Oh, you use machine. You machine." I'm like, "No. Yes, that is a machine, but I don't use it for its intended purpose." The reason that I love this thing so much is because can I show you that? No, maybe I can. Hold on. Maybe I can show you. Ooh, camera's off. Off the rails. Oh God. This could be really bad. This is where all the cables start flying everywhere. So, can you see that? Nope, you can't see anything. I can't make you see it. Okay. Well, if you could see it, on this little screen right here, it actually says Jubilation, Dream, Worth, Heaven, Kiss of Love, a whole bunch of different things. And as I switch to these different things, my screen is showing me what's happening. What I love about this controller is that every time I'm using software, everything that's in the software that I want to control is right here. So I don't have to look at a screen. I can just stick to this. And the same goes with this guy. It has a one-to-one relationship with almost all my software. So basically, I don't really have to stare at the screen to make music. But that doesn't mean I don't mind, because a lot of the things I do are on screen. So I don't care. I am not a perfectionist in that sense. So, see? Anyway, let's go put this back. Oh, that's my whole studio, by the way. Look, that's my wall, that's my outside window, and these are like knickknacks I've collected over the years that I put in here. So, see? My daughter made that when she was in school. All grown up now, but that's my weird. This is also a test to see how terrible I can be at this too. Come on, go back. Okay. Should be right back where we were. Oh, look at that. Yes, we're back. So, I hope you have enjoyed yourselves. I'm trying to think of which one I'm going to play as a closer here, because I've got a few that I wanted to play, but we're up on the hour, and I promised an hour. So, let me see if this is what I think it is. Oh yeah, it is. So, before I say goodnight, which, like I said, after goodnight, I usually come back and try to answer some questions. So if you have questions, please leave them. I will definitely read them. I'm looking at the wrong camera cam. Who cares? If you have any questions, or like you have some ideas of something you want to see me do or whatever, just tell me. I can't say that I'll do it, but I will definitely try to fit it in. It's not a strict format. I don't know what I'm doing. Some nights I'm going to do archive stuff. Some nights I'm just going to just jam. So, but if you have specific questions, like you want to know what inspired this, or how was that made, or, you know, I'm going to say no. Just kidding. I'm kidding. So this song that I'm going to play you was when we first got our website, and I'm talking early 1990s website, like the really bad ones. You could probably still find it. Really bad, okay? Where I thought a brick wall was the cool thing to have as the background, that bad. We used to have secrets. And if you happened upon one of those secrets, you'd hear a song. And this was one of them, but I think it's very apropos for the times we're in. So I'm going to let it play and go right into the next one, which is, I've always loved the two together, so I married them for this file. But it's basically a song about you don't need to be scared. Things are going to be okay. We're going to be okay. I promise, we're going to be okay. Whatever this is, we're going to get through it together. So stay safe. Stay home when you can. Wash your hands. All the rules, you know what they are. I don't have to tell you. If I do have to tell you, then you need to watch some news. If I don't need to tell you, then you've watched as much news as you can possibly stand. So, but one thing I can definitely tell you is they're not kidding about staying home. Stay home as much as you can. That's really going to be the best thing to do. So stay home. Don't be scared. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to leave it there. I'm going to say goodnight. And I'll look at your comments later. When I look at the comments, I actually get more nervous, so I'll wait. I'll wait till after. But here we go. Take it away, Nielsen.
Do you feel scared? Do you feel scared? Anyone can see, you know it's true. Do you feel scared? Everyone's here. Anybody knows the weakness all around. And though my dreams are falling down, I know my world is upside down again. Do you feel scared? Do you feel scared? Anyone can see my world is falling down. That's it.
Good night.